Or you can just wrap up.
Come from behind the curtain.
No, I just I have it tied to an axe on my left, and then I wedge it in the bookshelf on my right.
That's awesome.
No, it's actually not even an axe; it's a halberd. So
a halberd. That's awesome.
It's a halberd.
Now he's gonna show and tell.
I gotta show and tell.
I don't even have a halberd.
Watch out for the fan.
Ooh,
that's rad.
There we go.
I want one. Oh, it's just wood.
It's just wood.
I am disappointed.
Oh,
I am disappointed.
Thank you, Cool Imp or Vix Knight. Oh, geez, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I have to mute my mic separately. So thank you again for alerting me. So at least everybody got a chance to hear everybody else. So since we're doing a show and tell here real quick, hold on one second.
Oh, what has he got? I'll show you mine. You show me yours. Is that what we're doing now?
Oh boy. What do I have around me that's really cool?
So you have a fake halberd. I have a fake Star Wars pole arm-ish thingy.
I can go for the multiple daggers on my desk. It's like
So this here, I know it's kind of long for the presentation, but was actually made by Jess. I bought this from her several years ago with the intention of using it as a costume prop, and now it's kind of been sitting in my closet. So it is what it is. Set that over there. For now.
This is my most useless knife. You can pull it out and you can snap it, and it's like, woo!
I have some baby Yodas that I'm working on.
Some
they're naked
baby Yodas.
They look like little Squirtles or something.
Yeah, actually, they do kind of.
Do, yeah.
They're missing the
Chris and the Chris, aka Vix Knight, is in the chat asking if the guns count. Yes, they work. Yeah, they count.
I have no firearms.
Eric has some. Eric and Missy.
I do. Yep.
I just have lots of knives and daggers.
I have a couple of swords.
Swords.
And,
I have a lot of lightsabers.
Yeah. Well, we have three lightsabers in the house actually. One belongs to Colin, one is mine, and one is Rebecca's. So
I kind of got addicted. I have 14.
I have several Nerf weapons, if that counts.
I have a PVC bow that really shoots.
I have some bows.
My brother made.
I have 2 teeth bows.
I have a teeth collection.
Did you get that from Rachel? or
No.
is it your own that you?
It is. It's my own, and it's also Duna's.
Ah, gotcha.
Oh, that you stole from the Tooth Fairy? That kind of teeth collection?
Yeah. No. She has figured out the ruse.
Oh, gotcha. So,
but
bear with us. I have a little bit of a new setup this go around. Now
Bear's not with us.
Bear with us.
Yep,
Bear's not with us.
He's currently staked.
Yes, so I know it's a little bit dark in here. Still working on some of the finer details. I got a new system, so everything else is up and running at this point. Looks like it's running smooth. So I'm gonna figure out some better lighting, like maybe another light off to my left here or something. But at any rate, let's go ahead and continue with the game, because I know you guys have been eagerly awaiting that. In fact, I've been doing some extra reading and checking out the new comic series from Boom Comics.
Oh, you said that. Cool.
Yes, and it has actually been pretty good. The writers, I think, have nailed some of the nuanced dialogue that Josh Whedon had in the TV series. So,
lots of gorams.
yeah, some gorams, but more importantly, like when he's writing for Mal, it really does sound like something Mal would say, not just kind of text on the page or whatnot. So,
Oh,
Right.
Cool.
I gotta mute Facebook. Sorry.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Alrighty, so where we left off, our intrepid outlaws, you are looking for work. Bum bum bum.
Well, no, we just hired ourselves out to go check out Madman Hickok here.
Yes. Yeah, and you have drooled over some of the weapons that you would
That's right.
like to get. You have also figured out temporary sleeping arrangements, so you guys are staying in the ship for right now. Yes, plumbing is lucrative, Vix Knight. Yes, definitely.
Missy was asking if did we have anything that to evaluate Hickok? I can't remember if we got anything for that.
I'm sorry, got what?
To evaluate Hickok, his medical condition.
Oh no, you haven't got anything like that as of yet. No.
Okay.
You basically got the kind of the rundown of this of his backstory. That he's very big on gambling. He's quick tempered and loves anything with speed.
I have a need for speed.
Exactly. Although he probably doesn't have the body.
So NASCAR fan.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh look, it's a left turn. It's another left turn.
Here they
another
come!
Left turn.
Here they come again.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it. Don't worry, they're coming back.
Yeah, I know they're coming right back. Give it about a minute. So, with that being said, you wake up to the next morning. There is a light that's cresting into the cockpit of your vessel. There is a bit of a shadow on the front as you see that a rather large bird has taken residency on the cockpit canopy.
All right.
So you're basically seeing the underside of it, with its little, feet tucked up underneath it and whatnot.
that looks like
That's
breakfast.
Oh, you can catch it.
Who's catching? I have guns.
Awesome. Yeah. Catch these bullets.
If you can get it, then I'm sorry.
That is true.
Can we shoot birds in city limits without getting in trouble?
That's a
Are
great
we
question.
in city limits?
I don't think we're really in city limits. We're probably, because you said the the landing area is kind of in the field.
It's a field, yes.
Field outside of town.
Generally speaking, considering vessels tend to park out here, it's a good assumption they would frown on random gunfire where it might strike a fuel line.
You're gonna have to lasso it.
Yeah, I reckon that would cause a fire.
I didn't know there were other ships around.
Oh, there are. There's a few.
Okay,
I
well,
mean, they're obviously parked out in the. I mean, it looks very much like the sci-fi version of parking at the Ren Fair.
mhm.
Just A big old field,
yeah, I
some
guess-
rocks,
I
some
guess
mud.
straight bullets probably are not the best idea.
Let's go back to that catching idea.
All right, well,
Has anybody got a net?
Yeah, I'm all out of ideas there. I don't exactly have a net. I could throw game cards at it. I don't know if that would do any good.
how about
Like
blankets?
Gambit.
You could throw a blanket over it.
Oh, we could try. How good can you throw?
Maybe a blanket
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas.
as
Yeah,
as
we're-
kind of
we're
like
hungry.
a makeshift net.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
No, it's not the worst.
I mean, and it's minimal effort, so if we fail,
Do we have rope?
No.
Just throw the blanket over it and thump it.
yeah. What the doc said.
Just jump on it and smother it like a
I mean,
suplex.
it's worth a try.
If you trap it, I'll whack it.
Me?
I'm not going to touch that comment, but I think I think using the blanket's a decent enough idea.
Tracy, get your mind out of the gutter.
It's
She
at
said
home
whack
there. What can I
man.
say? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm at home with the shadier side of life.
Always look on the bright side.
What would this sort of feat draw on skill-wise?
Let's take a look.
See who would be
Cro-
the best for the job.
Crocheting. You should have a crochet skill.
It's definitely going. It's
Oh, Poppy can't crochet.
Yeah. It's definitely going to have physical, and we'll say labor.
Yeah, that's not me.
I got a 6.
I mean, I can do the throwing.
I can tell you how to throw. I've never actually thrown it before, but I can tell you the physics on and the angle of the proper way to throw.
Okay, well if you guys throw, then I can go and smash it, I guess. If you want to do that.
Just when you throw, you want it at an arc, not straight at it.
Yeah. Don't knock it over. You gotta cover it.
Okay. I'll try my best. I don't think I've ever had to hunt a bird with a blanket before, so we'll see how this turns out. All right, so physical and labor.
Go right on ahead.
9.
9. Okay, so you do your best to exit the vehicle, and you've got this decent sized blanket. It's one of the thick ones too that you got from the other planet. So it's it's not cheap. It's not a bed sheet. It's a it's a keep you warm sort of setup, and get out there and you're kind of like trying to figure out how to do it, and you're like, okay, well, I guess I'll cast it like a net. Well, how do they cast it in the net? Well, I don't know, those old films and on the net, on the Cortex. Screw it. Just it doesn't have any rope against you. You're just throwing it up there to see if it'll land. So you throw it up there, and it lands on top of the bird, and it just starts flapping all over the place. And
Thump it!
There's nothing keeping it pinned down, so it's like trying to find its way out of the thick blanket really quick. So who is going to try and knock it out?
I'm gonna run in there and jump on it with my foot and try to break its neck.
So you're going to do a running stomp.
Well,
Stomp.
even if you just grab it, then we can.
Yeah, but I don't want to choke it to death, man. I want to.
He doesn't want to
like,
choke his
kill it.
chicken.
With...
I'll choke the chicken.
Oh my.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my.
I want to just go in there and stomp on it, and then it'll be dead.
Okay.
And then we can eat it.
It is on the canopy though. So you want to take like
I want to put your foot through the
you want to
canopy.
take like a step up. Well, no. He's not going to be able to break that. I mean, it's
Oh,
made
that's
for
true.
space
It's
flight.
But yeah, I'm not.
not a
I don't
car.
want to jump up in the air and then like Bruce Lee stomp it. I just want to pick one foot up and
Just
like
trap
axe
it
kick
in
it.
the blanket and bring it back, and then we'll kill it.
You want me to carry it alive?
I mean, if you can
Just
kill it
scoop
up
it
there, that's fine.
All right,
That's
I'm gonna try and go
fine.
in.
Don't
I'm
make
gonna
this.
try and go in with my
Don't make this
hands
too hard.
and grab it by the goddamn neck.
through the blanket, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We can try for that. So let's go physical and fight,
Physical
which
fight.
is something
even
you can
just-
definitely do.
You could even just grab
Yeah.
its head and whack it against the ship.
Well, keep
Thump
in mind,
it.
you don't know where the head is at this point.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm trying to
sure
find.
hope someone
Breaks
knows
his
how to
leg.
cook.
Oops.
Oopsie.
Okay. 6.
It's
All
all
right,
poison.
give me
It's
just
a
a second.
poisonous chicken.
Oh, jeez.
It's a
I got
rattle
11
chicken.
altogether.
Rattle chicken.
So what do we suddenly have Avatar: The Last Airbender creatures in Firefly? It's a platypus bear. Tiger Dillo. Rawr.
Tiger
Those
Dillo.
animals were super cool.
Most of them were. You mean he has? It's a bear? Just not a platypus bear? No, just a plain bear. Huh?
So,
Yeah. So you leap up there and you grab it, and when you do, you help it get kind of a focus as to which direction it needs to go. So you've basically jumped and you've grabbed it, and you have a hold of the you have sort of have a hold of it, and you have a hold, but you of course have a hold of the blanket. But you, the bird, and the blanket are slowly slipping off the front, just
oh,
like
shit.
as it's trying to squirrel its way out from your grasp and basically try to fly out.
How high up are they?
Probably 5 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna run underneath. I was gonna call you Locke. Sitarbi, and
Sitarbi.
and try to help break his fall so that he doesn't lose his balance and lose his chicken.
Do we know if it's a chicken?
I don't know.
It's probably
It's a
not a
large
chicken.
bird.
Chickens don't fly.
Space fowl for now. That's what we'll call
I mean,
it.
you guys probably have never lived on a backwater planet like this before, but chickens don't fly.
They've got wings.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No, you're right. They don't. There's only the one species from Anacron 4 that can fly, but the rest that have only been documented as non-flying.
Okay, and just for brevity's sake, let's go ahead and get everybody's code or fake names one more time. So, Missy, you are who?
I am Cheryl Merritt.
Okay. And Brittany?
I am Hannah
Blink.
Hannah
sorry.
Blankenship.
Okay. And Todd?
I cannot find my notes, so
You are Alexander Lott.
that's right. Thank you.
That's right. I'm Sutarbi. I don't know the last name.
Shapiv.
Shipiv. Yeah. Shipyev.
Scooter.
Shut up.
So
That's the
Tarby
one and
Shapiv.
only.
Shapiev. And then Tracy is Nina Le Pen.
The pen.
The pen.
It's Nina the Pen.
I have a pen. I have
That
a
Oh, no.
translates
Here
to
we go.
Nina the Pen.
Okay, and we got Tracy again. What?
Pen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Nina Le Pen.
I have a Nina. I have a pen. Bump, bump. Nina pen. And Eric, your fake name was again?
So Tarby Shapiv.
Sutarbi Shapiv.
All right. Yeah, I remember that ridiculous name now. I just want to make sure I had them all down on the notes. It's actually Croatian.
Is it?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name, man.
probably. Not on purpose though. That's the important.
Yeah.
Did you just use a random name generator?
I sure did. Yes.
Y'all Croatian.
Yep.
That sounds great.
Well, I was like, it was a toss up. Somebody was going to have the really weird name just because, that's what. It's not like Chang really knows the nuances necessarily of culture and name relations. He's just like, okay, well, here's another good name.
It's like in Bill and Ted's when they're all coming out of the phone booth and everybody has cool names like Bob Genghis Khan and stuff, and he runs out of names. And at that last one, he's like, "This is Abraham Lincoln." He's like, "I'm out of names."
Yeah.
I don't have any more.
All right. So, anywho, so you are go ahead and give me one more check to try and restrain this this miniature beast of burden from getting out from the.
Gotcha.
I keep wanting to call it a carpet, but it's a blanket.
I got 8 this
Somebody
time.
get this walking carpet out in front of me.
Yeah. So you start pulling and you slide all the way back. You have a hold of it, but then you slide off of the front of the cockpit, and you end up falling onto your back. And the bird goes,
man.
and the bird gets let go and is like flying up.
No.
Cheryl's
guys-
there. She's right there.
With the blanket still on it?
Yeah, well, no, the blanket is on top of you.
Shit.
So basically, you had it like this, and then you kind of fell backwards, and so it's up in it's kind of up in the air, and the blanket and you were like on the ground like this.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, now can I shoot it?
Out of frustration.
You have one chance. You guys can do one thing, and whatever that's going to be, you have a split second to decide.
I'm just going to say, let's just go back to the saloon and Tracy can get some money. I'm walking back into the ship.
Can I try and... I'm going to try and throw the blanket back at it again.
How high is it flying now? How far can you
It's-
throw a blanket?
It is not
At an
very
angle.
high. You have a split second to decide.
All right, I'm throwing
So,
the
Lon
blanket
at this
again.
point has gotten a disgusted look and looks like he's given up. He's walking away.
I'm done. It was a good idea.
I'm
Shapiv
standing.
is throwing is making a last ditch effort to lob said blanket at the animal.
I'm just standing with my arms crossed.
Nice help. You don't get any
Grab-
chicken
I
when we're
grab a
done.
pistol and I'm ready to go.
So Merritt is folding her arms indecisively.
Meredith.
Decisively not helping anymore.
This is all your guys' idea, and I'm the one killing this thing.
So
You're the one
Hannah,
that dropped it.
I'm gonna eat all this chicken, man.
I'll shoot you in the face.
yes,
first.
Eric, you are. Okay, Hannah, it's up to you. You have your pistol. If you're going to do something, you need to do it. Otherwise,
15.
15. All right.
Oh,
So, Eric, you just lob that blanket up in the air. I mean, it doesn't really do. It's not aerodynamic to begin with, so it just you throw it up in the air and it's like quickly unfolds and doesn't get anywhere near it. However,
son of a bitch.
Hannah like pulls out her pistol real fast, shoots through the blanket,
No.
strikes the bird, and you basically hear this squawk, and like the blanket and bird go flying down. The bird bounces off the top of the ship with like a pfft, and then just hits the ground.
Nice. I like how Todd felt bad for the blanket, though. That's pretty cool.
I'm going to come back out. I'm like, we're shooting now?
Are you hungry or not?
Oh, yeah, but I thought that, okay, sure. Okay.
I mean, and with that, you start to see like some people like looking around, the shipyard and whatnot. Like, what the hell?
What's going on over there?
I mean, you've quickly made it. You know, the yard of ships, but there's probably like 6 or 7 here. The people and you know, some of the personnel that go, you know, back and forth to ships and whatnot. Everybody suddenly got edgy real quick.
It was messing with the intake valve. We had to take it out.
I'm gonna run out and grab the bird and just like dance around with it so that they know exactly what's going on here.
I'm not using my BS story, and you're like, look what you did!
So between this BS story and the very joyous Hannah dancing around with, you know, a bird that's got a sizable puncture wound in it from a bullet. Everybody just kind of go just like off-worlders, just whatever, and just like they kind of start going about their business.
All right, now we gotta cook it. Can we build a campfire or something?
Well, give it to me. Let me clean the dang thing. It'll just be like, you know,
Okay, I mean, sure.
I can work with bodies, so I can
Go
work
right
with dead
ahead.
bodies.
You
So
certainly can. If you're going to do a campfire, however, you have to go further out from the town.
That's why I'm wondering.
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of open
area that we
space
can
from
do that.
there. Yeah, plenty of open
Or
space.
if we have any cooking
You do not.
accommodation on the ship. No kitchen.
Nope.
All right.
Can I use my survival skills to start a campfire further away and build a rotisserie?
You absolutely can.
I'm
go-
going to do so.
Go ahead
How
and roll
nice.
that beautiful bean footage.
I don't have survival skills, but
Uh,
I do have shooting skills.
survival and mental or
Yes,
physical?
survival and mental.
Nunchuck skills.
Because you're basically going around and you're picking up obviously the, you know, leftover wood or potentially dry wood to make the fire, and then to make the spit essentially, so you can put it on there to rotate.
13.
Oh yeah, no problem. So you see now that there's clearly something to do with this deceased fowl that the doc now has. She marches off further out and starts collecting wood. So Tracy turns to everybody who's still there and she's like, so somebody has a plan? I'm all right with this.
I'll go with her.
And she puts her pistol away at this point and walks out with everybody. She was still kind of edgy with the gunfire.
Does somebody have a larger knife than my scalpel? I mean, it's going to take forever with the scalpel.
I had that leftover knife from the planet, that one that was inside that guy's chest.
Yeah, he's got the K-bar. I mean, that's a big knife. It's not really for that type of cutting, but
it's big.
It's big, yeah.
We might want to do this like at the campfire so you can sterilize that, right? Before you cut into.
Well, yeah, but that's
true.
That's a big knife, though. I mean, I'd rather use my scalpel than use that thing.
She says, "Oh, wait, we've got the bayonet too." But I guess that's bigger, right?
The bayonet and the cave are about the same size, unless it's a big giant bayonet. I don't know.
I have a toolkit. I do not have a knife.
So surgical tools it is.
There we go.
At least we know they're sharp, right?
Yeah.
Right, Doc?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right, Doc.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the first time we're going to see you really use those tools, so I just wanted to check.
I've broken down a chicken before, and I think a K-bar would probably work easier.
Here, you take it then.
No, I'm just saying it out of character. I've broken down a chicken before, and we have a K-bar, and I would imagine using a K-bar would be easier than a scalpel.
All right. I mean, it's a matter of just like picking off all the feathers and then like cutting it open and getting the innards out and all that. So,
well, whatever. You have either one. So who's going to do so Doc, you're going to do the prepping then?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your mental and survival.
Mental's high, survival is not. 9.
Okay, that's good enough. The premise, essentially is very similar to prepping somebody for surgery. So you pluck the animal, as clean as possible. You are careful to check it for any remains of the round that Poppy fired into it, aka Hannah. And you then hand it over to Missy's character, to Cheryl, to put it on the fire. So overall, I mean, it's taking about 30 minutes to clean it up and then start the cooking and whatnot.
It is roughly the size of a chicken, right? I mean, this is something we can all share as a meal.
It's a little bigger than a chicken.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. Think small pelican.
Oh, cool. Well, there's 5 of us, so that'll feed us.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's better than nothing.
Yep.
And that's what we had. So
yeah, exactly. So all of you have gathered around at this point, just kind of camped out around this makeshift fire, a little ways outside of town, just kind of painfully obvious out in the open. Just to.
How close is our ship?
You can see it from here.
No, I mean, can I quickly go back to the ship and?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to the ship and try to do like makeshift plates to eat off of.
Okay. Well, let's see if you have anything that would fit that description. Let's go with let's go ahead and go with mental and craft.
I'm just kind of looking around, it's like maybe. All right. No, I don't find anything.
Did you roll a 1?
Yeah, I rolled a 4 altogether, and one of them's a 1.
Wow. Yeah. So,
where'd the ship go?
Yeah, you get in there and you're like looking around, and you're just like, yeah, it's not really equipped for anything like this. And I mean, your best bet, you were debating. You're like, well, do we need this cabinet door? Is it really securing anything? You're like, nah, I can't get that off.
So I'm gonna come on back.
Yep. So it's gonna be find a stick, grab your piece, and kind of have at it.
Mm-hmm.
Just pass it around and everybody take a bite. Next person takes a bite.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any trees with big leaves?
The area that you're at right now is still mostly a clearing. There are there are some patches of trees here and there outside of town. So I mean, if you wanted to venture away from the camp, you can to go pick up some of that.
Well, are the leaves like big enough to hold food on it?
Not really, no.
Okay, then never mind.
Looking for palm fronds.
No, nothing like that.
Banana leaves.
Yeah, everything here is more of a well, at least for right now, it's a mix of deciduous and conifer. So you got like your pine trees and maple trees. Why not so?
Cheryl's idea of just take a bite, pass it around is probably our best bet.
That's probably
is there a big flat rock anywhere around that I can find?
Sure, we'll give that a shot. Why don't you go ahead and roll your mental and survival.
12.
All right. Yeah, you find a flat rock.
Okay. Do we have any water on us?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring the rock over, and I'm gonna put some water on it and kind of like wipe it down and wash it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna take the bird and use that as like a serving platter, so that we can cut up the pieces. So at least we have somewhere to sit the extra that's not on the ground.
Gotcha. Okay, that'll work.
And everybody dig in.
That'll work.
And then we ate breakfast.
And there was much rejoicing.
Uh,
Yeah, yay. Exactly. Well, it's not. I mean, given the fact you're having to share the one bird, it's not exactly filling, but it's definitely better than nothing. So you don't come away from it, feeling full or anything. You could probably you could stand to use some more, but I mean, again, better than nothing. You got something on you. And
Beyond the forest they met
what?
Lancelot and Galahad, and there was much rejoicing.
Oh, yes.
Gotcha. Yep.
Yay.
Played sounds from Monty Python's The Holy Grail. Yep. When I first saw that movie, every time he yelled "Jesus Christ," got me giggling. It was just how he said it, an exclamation to whatever was happening. It's like, "Jesus Christ!" And as they run away or whatever. So, yeah.
Run away! Run away!
A great
So,
movie.
you guys pretty much down the bird. You get it literally down to the bare bones, okay, and you pick that clean.
All right. It's a good start of the day.
Yep. And Tracy is, sitting around and taking a moment to. She's been doing more ever since you guys have gotten off that planet. She's been acting kind of very spatially aware, constantly looking around. Like on the horizon or anywhere around. She never focuses on any of you guys for any one particular moment. Even in conversation, she'll like look around more. So she's been pretty paranoid. But as she has been looking around, and she's kind of focused on the town itself. She's like, okay, so we know where to find this guy, right? Do we have a plan?
No.
As of yet.
We
Figure
should
we go
discuss
find
that.
him and figure it out when we get there.
Well, who are we going after first? Are we going after Mr. Madman or
Madman.
Madman? Madman?
Yeah, that's right. You guys
or
wanted to
Jeremiah
talk to that.
Hong.
Yeah, you guys wanted to talk to that rancher, right?
About
Yeah.
buying our surplus. But the Mad Dog is something that we have to we're in somebody's pocket to do that. So I suggest we do that one first.
I would tend to agree because that doctor has our faces.
Yeah, that's true.
He's doing us a solid, so
then we need to. We need a better plan than go get him. I reckon. I don't mean to be the naysayer here, but we don't really know much about this place. We're, at least for what Chang said, we're wanted, right?
Yeah.
So there's that too.
So what was it that we were supposed to do with this Mad Dog? We were supposed to keep him from killing himself? Is that what it was?
There's something wrong with him. We're supposed to treat him.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. And
he doesn't like doctors.
He didn't want to be treated.
But you're a doctor. So is that the cover story that you're not a doctor?
I don't know. Maybe I could be some kind of healer that's not a doctor.
Ooh. Well, faith healers tend to be pretty popular around these backwood parts. I don't know if you want to go that route if you're, a believer or whatnot. That could be a mixed bag.
Oh, that's true.
I am not a believer, but my parents were. So I've heard the rigmarole for all that. I could probably act like a faith healer and actually do real healing.
Okay. What do you guys think?
I think if we go that route, we should probably keep it on the down low. Because
Well, we also probably need to find out
I don't
if
know how long we plan to stay here, but if they find us out, they're going to be real mad.
Yeah. we need to find out if Hickok's a man of faith, because if he hates like religion, and all of a sudden I'm acting like I'm a faith guy, that'd be the opposite way to go.
True. So how about this? Why don't we go into town? I mean, Jesus, no matter what we do here, we're kind of stuck. Why don't we go into town and we start trying to discreetly ask around about this guy?
I think more information is a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, because if he's not adverse to religion or religiosity or whatnot, that might be an angle. But yeah, like you said, if he's just this angry cur that just about anything sets him off, religion isn't going to help. And
I don't lap in no clerics. I don't lap in no doctors.
Yeah, we could wind up staring down the barrel real fast.
Yeah.
Do we have any sleeping drugs, or I don't know, on the earth that was, I think they called them roofies? Maybe somebody could have a drink with them, and then
I've got pain meds is what I've got, but not a lot.
okay. Well, I don't want to kill him, but just if we could knock him out and then
Kidnap him?
you can do your examination. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. That might be more risky, but it's just an idea.
Jerome, with what I have in my medical bag, I mean, there's side effects to every drug. So, like, looking at what I have in my bag, can I think about, like, is there anything that I could concoct like that
to essentially roofie somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that to you is probably, I mean that's the equivalent, since you're a very skilled doctor. That's the equivalent of knowing to put sugar in a gas tank.
Okay.
Pretty
Because
easy for you. You would have seen that, almost every night with in some of the shadier parts of town. People
overdosing themselves on the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we'll have the sexy ladies buy him a drink, roofie that crap, and then get him out of there.
I thought you were
Casey, you've got the fast hands. No, that's probably the way to go.
Oh, that's right. We're gonna need you for that because you're the companion.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna pretend that I can't hear you or see you right now.
Well, I mean, we at least need you there to coach, right?
Do we know if he's bisexual or if he's just straight out gay?
Wow.
If he's gay, then I'll do it. That's fine.
We're getting real deep into that one. We need to get some more information first, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought religion was kind of risky. If you're going to start coming on to the guy, I mean, at this point, let's try to get that doctor off our backs. However, we got to do it.
I don't like no doctors. I don't like no clerics. I don't like no fags. What's going on here?
He's so loud, man.
Coming in hot.
That's my rendition of Hickok. Who knows what's gonna happen? It's like he is Mad Dog Hickok. He's not gentle as a butterfly Hickok.
Yeah, why did he get the name Mad Dog?
I have Madman in my notes.
Or Madman, or I wasn't there for it, so what?
Do
we know how he got the name?
Madman. No, the other doctor that gave us this debt wasn't very forthcoming with very many other details. He just said we would understand when we saw him.
Oh, well, that's vague.
So maybe we should. We don't have money for drinks, but I was thinking if we split up into the various saloons and just hang out for a little while, see if some suspicious character shows up and starts throwing down. But that could take some time.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people in this town start frequenting this early.
Mm-hmm.
between rounds, there was a group of us when I was still actually with other people that were on the lower end before I started, like, had my own practice and everything. Like, we went out, and there was somebody at the bar that it was almost akin to magic. Like they did little tricks, and they were getting free drinks for that. I mean, is that I can't do anything like that, but is that something that when it's could do something like that? Like the person was like making deals. If I can make this, if I could pick up the drink without drinking it, or I don't even know what they were doing, but they were doing all kinds of little tricks, and they were getting free drinks with that.
So party tricks. Are you
Yeah,
asking me to steal
I mean,
again,
I'd never
Doc?
been to a party like that. It was just he was at the other end of the bar doing these things, and he didn't seem to be paying for drinks. He was just, and the bartender was like, "Oh, you got me. Have that drink," So
I think he is. I think that's what he's asking you.
Yeah. So Doc, are you asking me to steal again?
No. That's not how.
Okay.
Like he was.
I don't have any skills like that. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good at figuring people out, but I don't have skills like, like what you're talking about,
Like
the sleight of
putting on a
hand
show.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting on a show.
Hey, speaking of which, Tracy, I mean, Nina.
She's a no.
Near.
Nina,
Nina Le Pen.
Yes.
what was your read on that fellow at the gun shop the other day?
Oh, you mean the guy we spoke to? That.
Yeah.
He was clearly looking to make some money. I didn't pick up anything, like he didn't seem dishonest. Why?
No, he didn't seem dishonest to be either. I was just thinking about ways that we could get a little currency.
Well, he did give us
I don't want
the
to step
other
on any
lead.
toes, but maybe they need some work, or maybe they need some help down at the gun shop. I'd be happy to put in some hours there. But
okay.
I mean, they've got some real nice stuff, and that's not exactly. I mean, I don't want to come off as suspicious, so I was thinking maybe there's some way we can build a little alliance,
little rapport.
With some of the locals, but I mean that'll take time too.
Yeah. No, I mean I see where you're getting at. You're going off of the whole, like, didn't you used to work on firearms or something? I think that's your story. So I mean that makes sense, but I think right now we've got to focus on getting that doctor off our back because we don't need anybody trying to expose us.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But I think that's a valid angle, and while I'm
something to look at later.
Yeah, while I'm thinking about it, we got to do something about this ship.
Well, obviously we can't. Oh, you mean offload it?
Yeah, we have to get. I mean, it's great to sleep in right now, but when the Alliance comes around or whoever's poking around for us, this is basically the first thing they're going to be looking for.
No, that's true. We got to. I don't know how to make a ship disappear.
Sell it. There's money.
How about
that kills two birds with one stone, literally. But we can.
I mean, that's something.
How about we lose it in a card game? We play a card game, win a little bit, bet the ship, and lose it to somebody.
I mean,
them take the ship.
That's a good way to have it lost, not suspiciously, but also we're still going to need some place to stay.
I mean, if we sell the ship, we can use the monetary gain from that to get a place to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it would be a little easier to.
Then people are going to start asking questions about why we're selling it.
Yeah.
And if we take somebody's money for it and the Alliance comes and zaps them, then they're going to be pointing fingers.
That's why I said card game, because
Yeah,
that's some underworld shit right there, man.
I mean, that sounds pretty smart to me, except for the whole place to stay thing.
It's not a bad idea, and it's something I can do. But how are we? I mean, betting the ship means at that point, I'm trying to play this out.
That's some pretty high stakes there.
That's not only is that pretty high stakes, that's usually desperate stakes, meaning we wouldn't be able to walk away with money. We'd have to win, and it still puts us in the situation of having a vessel.
Having the ship. Maybe our
Well, you said underworld. I mean, is that something that maybe we could sell it here?
maybe
As
our
far- just, like even for parts, like they
That
can
might
try.
that might be a thing.
maybe that rancher would be interested in
With
the ship.
with my background, would I be able to get into some stuff like that?
You would know what to look for, but more along the lines of like what you're hunting as opposed to how to manipulate it.
Gotcha.
So you would know the warning signs,
Okay.
but not like the social ins and outs of how to basically walk the walk and talk the talk.
Gotcha.
But you could certainly give it a shot.
Yeah. If it comes down to that, then yeah, that's definitely an option.
I mean, selling to a ship junkyard.
Yeah, I thought I saw a shipyard not far from here. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah, I'm pretty certain I saw a shipyard here. For parts or like a garage or something. I think it was close to that Rhinehild's watering hole where we last saw it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's as good a bet as any.
we can check that out. The other thing is Chang tied to the ship, or is he?
He
is.
uploaded himself to the ship, so we would have to provide him something to download himself off of.
He wanted us to look for a synthetic body, remember?
Right.
That's right. Shit, we've got so much to do.
Yeah.
Where would one find a synthetic body? I don't even know how that works.
Okay, well, I know we've joked about this, but companions, in the higher society, Moors or whatnot, I'm sure they would know. I don't think we have any here on planet. I mean, I guess we could kind of take a look, but wherever their type would go, I'm sure we could find some. I hate to say this, some semi dirtbag who's utilizing those types of
Entertainment.
in lieu of valid companions.
So we're gonna get him a little boy.
I don't know if we should do that. That might
Or
draw.
we're gonna give him a little girl.
I don't think we should do that either. I think both
we
are going to
should
draw
get him
some undue attention.
A full-sized synthetic body. But first things first.
One thing at a time. Let's go to the junkyard first.
Because it's right by the watering hole, so we can go in there.
Yeah. We can kind of, if nothing else, double check that place for this Madman guy.
Cool.
Yeah, get some information.
Okay.
And we need a mule.
Yeah, the yellow one.
A mule.
Why yellow?
That's what the color of the mule was in Firefly or Serenity.
Oh, so
mule was the
So we're
ship.
not. So we're not walking everywhere.
Yeah, or some sort of jet biker or something. This walking crap is, for the birds. even horseback at this point. Speaking of which, yeah, we still need to find a place. Maybe we should keep our ears open for something semi-permanent in town as well. Oh God, it's
Gotcha.
going to bring all kinds of attention to us, but we don't really have much of a choice. Anybody else got any better ideas?
No, I like
No,
the
this is
junkyard
weird.
idea. Go down
Weird
there,
stuff.
talk to, and then go over to the watering hole, touch base, and wait for Mad Dog, show up, and you can figure out the next step from there.
Do we have any good talkers? Like who's good in crowds? I mean, I know you're educated, Doc, but are you a talker? Like, can you?
He's obviously a talker.
Well, no, it depends. It just
I believe in the doc.
All right.
as long as I have a good cover story. Our cover story before we didn't really talk about, and I walked in there and trying to wing it. That didn't work out very well.
Okay. Yeah. True. All right.
I can help convincing if need be. So
I get real nervous under pressure
If
if I'm trying to keep secrets.
it comes to it, I could probably sell something too.
Okay. Fair. All right. So I guess then. All right. I'll see. I'll do cleanup. Who's gonna lead in conversation?
I can lead,
Okay.
but I need a good backstory. That's the essential thing right there, because they're going to start asking questions, and I'm going to look like an idiot because I don't have So I just
No.
why are we trying to sell our
Yeah.
ship?
That's a valid
He-
point.
The ship was bequeathed to you by a relative, somebody that just passed away, and it holds bad feelings. We need to get rid of it. It's one of those things we don't want around anymore.
But then why are we on the planet? He's clearly not from here. We're not going to be able to pass that off.
are you?
This was her planet, or yeah, it was his aunt. She's dead.
Okay.
Yeah, but they didn't know who she was.
Take your ship.
Keep in mind, not a big population. That may not fly if they get nosy.
Is there? Chang? Is there anything this planet is known for?
So
The
you're
male.
talking into the mic at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he comes back in the line and he says, affirmative. It is known for their munition sales from Masamune Arms, and it is known for their mining, farming, as well as the mail courier system.
Is there a spot on this planet that would be like a vacation spot, or someplace that?
Negative. I
that's a
apologize,
nice-
but this is not the type of planet you come to visit.
So I'm just trying to figure out if my aunt would want to be here. That's why we came here, because she had a reason to be here.
She lived here.
Well, they would be like the small population. They would know who she was. But if she vacationed here,
So
they wouldn't
everybody
know.
knows everybody here. Is that what you're saying?
It's like a small town. Yeah.
Yeah, Tracy's
Okay,
like
I'm asking
it's a good bet.
Everybody knows everybody.
I mean, it's a good bet. I mean, if they don't know everybody, I'm sure most people have an inkling of it, and especially if somebody passed away and they had property in these smaller farming communities. Yeah, someone like that would be known. They would have some sort of wealth to them.
Chang, is there a family that's been here for a while that, like, if we did some kind of ancestry check, that had gone off world, and like maybe that's why we're here, because I'm tracking my family tree?
I am currently prevented from accessing the cortex to avoid detection.
How about we were on our way to a better planet where it could have been possible where she was living at, but in our travels, something happened to the ship, and I could go back and like ruin the flux capacitor or whatever, and we had to land here, and this is where we're at. and instead of fixing it, we just want to sell it and get rid of it.
Okay. I mean, we might be able to do that, but why don't? Here's just a suggestion. Why don't we just play to our strength?
Which
nobody
is
nobody knows us here. It's obvious we're not from here. We don't talk like any of these folk. We don't know the backstory here. We're just a group of mercenaries, and we're looking to offload this ship and maybe get something different.
Looking to trade up.
upgrade,
We'll sell it outright,
so
And
we
then-
can get something
and then
later.
exactly, and get something later.
Yeah, it's something less conspicuous. We're
At
trying to get
least-
rid of this.
Because I'm kind of thinking about this as I'm going through it. At least that gives us a cover story as well as to why we're asking questions.
And
If there's at least a rumor, that we're mercs, it's not going to seem too weird. At least I don't think that we're asking questions about guys like this Madman and whatnot. Maybe he's got a bounty or something on him. I mean, who knows?
I mean, his name's Madman.
Oh, right? Yeah. See, yeah, I'm with you.
I agree. That's
All right.
the easiest,
I like it.
shortest line between A and
Okay, so can you roll with that, Doc, and I'll back you up.
Okay, so we're mercs and just trying to offload our ship to get something less conspicuous. So we're going to upgrade eventually.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can go with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, how long have we been together as I don't know what the word is, like as a troop or as a group of mercs?
Oh.
8 months.
All right. Well, I don't have the merc feel. Neither do you,
No.
and certainly not Poppy.
That's this person way over there.
Yeah. So probably pretty new.
Maybe I'm a new hire. You needed a mechanic.
Okay.
Well, if our two most merc, maybe they're the ones that have recruited us because they just recently lost the rest of their crew, and so we've been recruited because you needed
Okay.
a mechanic, a doctor, and Tracy, what skill do you have that?
She's quick-witted.
I'm
Which is
Yeah.
kind of a jack of
I'm
all
a
trades.
I'm a talker, and I kind of know my way around the seedier sides of life.
She's a face.
Well,
So like,
I always thought myself more of a a talker, but I'll take the compliment.
so why would they hire you to be part of this merc group? Is what I'm saying. Like Poppy's being hired as a mechanic, I'm being hired as a doctor. Why would they hire you? To be
Maybe
part of-
Tracy's here to find us work.
I'm the fixer.
She can connect the dots. That's why, man.
All right, that's a word I'm not familiar with. So you're a fixer. All right.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So a fixer is the person who puts the dots together. They make stuff happen and they sell the information out to somebody else to have something happen. They're the guys you go to. Well, let's just say when stuff went disappearing in your hospital wing,
Right.
a fixer probably arranged that for somebody
Okay.
to find that and take it out. So that's where they're the middleman. That's where they get their money.
So the Holovids, they have actors and the actors have agents. So it's kind of like an agent kind of thing.
Kind of,
or
yeah.
like-
That's a good example. Yeah.
okay.
So I'm basically like the agent.
All right. So you're the go-between between the mercs and us. So you're the one that actually brought us on board. Okay. I'm
Okay, I can go with
feeling
that.
good about the story.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's go back into town and let's go. Let's see what we can make happen.
Cool. All right.
All right. So you guys head back into town. Walking occasionally a mule or some people on horseback. It's intermixed. Some hovercraft occasionally. On other occasions, there are some like hover bikes that dash by. But
Yeah.
mostly, people on horseback or foot. You guys get near Rhinehild's watering hole, and sure enough, like just parked around the other side of it on the opposite street, like the corner, like basically like imagine for a second it sits at a corner, and then Rhinehild's watering hole's like at the southern side, and then right on, if you turn the corner, then right on like the eastern side, that's where you see this decent sized garage.
Okay. Do we want to go to Reinhold just to check to see if Madman's there, or you want to go to the yard first?
Let's go to the yard where everything's fresh.
Okay.
Sounds good. So you guys walk in, and there's a couple people working on vehicles in there right now. Two of them are wheeled, one of which is a hover. They've got them up on lifts right now and going over them. Sort of working, sort of not. There's some idle chit chat, behind from the people kind of sitting around there. So it's clearly more of a relaxed atmosphere. It does not have that spick and span, clean corporate look like you would find if you go to like a Jiffy Lube or something like that, in real life. More like your neighborhood garage.
What's the name of the place? It's not like Bob's.
Rhinehild's Garage.
Rhinehild's Garage?
Yes.
All right. And Rhinehild's not the name of the city, is it? That's
No.
the name of.
It's just a guy that owns everything.
Just the guy that happens to own these two.
Okay.
So everybody comes walking in.
Yep.
Tracy nudges you.
I'm like, Tracy, I'm
You're
like,
up.
should I ask for Reinhold or should I just ask whoever's in charge?
Ask for whoever's in charge.
All right.
There's probably a service manager here or something.
So, greetings, gentlemen.
They all kind of stop and look, and they're like, so how can I help?
We're looking for somebody that's in charge. We're looking to sell a vehicle.
Sell a vehicle. All right. Well, so what you got?
Well, do you have an office we can chat in, or?
So then, he kind of turns and looks to somebody else, and they come. The guy comes walking over. He says, my name's Joe. I'm the service manager here. Yeah, if you got something that we might be interested in, sure. Follow me.
All right.
So he walks your group over to the office. There's another guy kind of hanging out by the water cooler. Clearly strapped. He's office security. And in fact, more to that point, you can clearly tell that this is a shotgun that has been sawed off. So it is, he's clearly armed for the small quarters that you are in. If a gunfight erupted, you're probably going to catch rounds no matter what, unless you take him down first. So he sits down. He's got his overalls. He's got his long hair, but he's got pulled back up, mildly attractive, but more in a rugged sort of way because he's a working class stiff. He's got Joe written on his patch.
So I'm like, Joe, I'm sorry. I'm Alexander, and I'm gonna kind of point around the group. I'm like, this is Nina, Cheryl, Hannah, Satarbi. We've got a vehicle. It's an alliance vehicle, and we kind of want to get rid of it. We're looking to kind of want to upgrade or eventually, but
out of character. You may want to walk that back, and I'm only doing that because you guys are beginning players. You announce that it's an alliance vehicle.
Okay, hold on. It's a vehicle. We have a vehicle. It's a vehicle we really don't want.
Was it alliance or was it the transport from our ship that we came in?
It was actually the transport. It was the shuttle that actually came in the Will-O-Wisp.
Oh, okay.
So it actually isn't alliance.
It's not alliance.
Yeah,
it's not alliance. No. So okay, sorry. Backtrack that. Okay. And like, so we've got this vehicle. We're just trying to get rid of it because we want to kind of eventually upgrade, but we're new to this planet here. Just need to get by for a little bit.
Interesting. All right. So go ahead and give me a social and influence roll.
Social influence. I'm getting smaller and smaller on my die pool here. I got a 6.
Got a 6. So he's kind of mulling over what it is that you've addressed.
Like, Nina, what kind of vehicle is it? You're probably better on the name of the vehicle itself here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So she kind of rattles off a little bit there as to what she knows of the ship itself. Crap. Hold on. Losing dice. I keep forgetting this system actually uses a D8, and that's one of the ones I don't have ready.
that's what I just rolled.
Mm.
All right.
You can borrow one of mine. I have 3 of them out.
Okay. So she kind of gives not the specs, but the vehicle type, to the guy, and she says, it does have some damage. The vessel ended up taking some damage as we were escaping the primary vessel, coming out of Atmo. So that's one of the big reasons why we're just trying to get rid of it at this point. We're looking to start over fresh with some extra, credit in our pocket, and that's what the good man here is here for, to help us kind of make that deal. And he's clearly mulling it over at this point. He's like, okay, so tell you what, you gave your full name, right, Doc?
Huh? Yeah, Alexander Locke.
Okay, so he says, all right, I'll tell you what.
I introduced myself. I would have introduced myself by my full name, but everybody else by first name.
Gotcha. Okay. So he said, all right, so Mr. Lott, say I'm interested. How soon? Well, first of all, we need to have a look see at this.
I'm sure you want to inspect it. Yeah.
Yeah. But how soon are you expecting payment? Assuming the ship meets our criteria for parts.
We're here on your planet unexpectedly, so we would like payment as soon as possible. If it's a matter of not being able to pay in one lump sum, or we're willing to work out a payment plan.
Go ahead and roll again. Social and influence.
I think this is the right die. Hold on.
Tracy's going to back you up, so add a D8.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. 15 altogether.
Okay.
Nice.
So he's like, all right, well, let's see about how much it's going to run first. And then if we need to make some sort of arrangement, I think we can have words at that point. So,
and then, the other aspect is that we don't even have a place to stay right now, because if we're selling our ship, like, I noticed that the saloon across the road has the same name. If there's any kind of deal we could work out with lodgings, either.
That may be a possibility. Yeah, I'd have to talk to the owner, but let's go take a look at the ship first, and then see where we're going. I don't happen to manage anything on the bar side, so.
Okay.
So he motions for the big guy with the shotgun, with him, and another guy to come with him.
Cool.
He throws on a coat and holsters up a 2 pistols.
So embarrassingly enough, we walked here. So can we get her? We can lead you there, but
they're like, right, okay. So they bring around a flatbed at this point, and everybody can just ride on the back of the flatbed. It's wheeled.
All right.
Nice.
That works.
So,
hey, as we're walking through the garage, I'd just like to take a quick look at the projects that they're working on.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like point out anything that stands out to me as a professional. I don't know. It might look cool to, look like I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So why don't you, to spot something, why don't you go ahead and roll a mental and then your
Fix.
fix.
Get it.
Okay, never mind. I rolled
Oh man.
5. So sad, so sad.
Throw those dice away.
So you get ready to say something, as you pointed out, and you stop yourself. You're like, no, that's obvious. They've probably already seen that. Just
Yeah.
whatever, and you just can't keep going.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. So you guys head out to the. You guys go head out to the ship. And they start taking a look at it and going over it to see if it's worth their efforts. All right. So clearly it's going to be a bit discounted on the lack of it's fully working because it's seen better days. I think we could give you 1,500 credits for it.
Look at Tracy. I have no idea what this is worth. So I'm gonna look at the rest of the group here. Like,
How much did we spend on dinner the other night for the 3 of us?
20.
Was that 30? 20?
20 or 30 or something like that, yeah.
So basically sounds like $1,500 ish. If 30 credits will buy a meal for 3 people.
Yeah, $1,500 is more dollars than we have right now.
yeah, but they're gonna lowball us for the first offer.
We're also at a place where we can't really argue too much.
All right. Well,
Tracy's like, I may be able to try and barter him up, but yeah, I think he's got a point. We're coming at a position of weakness.
How about 1,500 plus some lodging for a week or something?
That is doable. I would say go for that.
Food and lodging.
Yeah.
All right. So she cracks her knuckles. Let me see if I can set something up here. So she takes him off to the side to go chat with him, about some things. The other 2 guards just kind of standing around, just eyeballing you guys, just to make sure nobody tries nothing funny.
We need to download our the computer log off here and everything. It has some pretty there's quite a bit of information on there. So before we sell this, we need to take care of that. I'm saying that to the other 2 guys that are here.
They just kind of nod and shrug.
Yeah, these are not the thinking guys. Okay.
And
I'll bet you do.
After some hemming and hawing, you see Tracy. You see Tracy come walking back, and she says, "Okay, so we got a deal. Obviously, we have to get our stuff off the ship, and he doesn't think we're going to be able to swing the lodging. He did, however, tell me of an abandoned place outside of town that we might be able to take, for lack of a better term, take over or squat. Yeah, which means which I know it sounds kind of bad, but at the same time, it's also free.
Freeze for me, man.
He says it's some building outside of the what they call the channels. I don't know what that is. He says, but we'll know it when we see it.
Can they give us some kind of transportation?
No, unfortunately not. It was a hard sell. Unfortunately, we are kind of coming at it from a position of weakness here. So I tried. Sorry, guys.
No.
But
I just didn't know if you
I
called
did manage to secure 1,600, not 15.
it. All right,
So
a little bit more.
So she nods to the guys and she says, so just give our group, I don't know, maybe an hour to get the last of our stuff out and make arrangements to, I guess, move.
Well,
And-
Tracy, we do need to download the computer core for this,
Yeah. I figure we can do that. We can do that in the interim.
but we need something to put that on.
We can discuss this later.
Okay,
Yeah, not in front of the guys.
I just thought they might be able to get something.
I don't think we're gonna get anything else from these guys.
All right,
So they head out and they put land locks on the vessel's landing gear. There we go. To put land locks so it's not going to fly away or anything, or even making an effort.
okay.
And she
Oh.
says, I didn't want to bring this up with them around there, but we still got that black box thing that we came with. I mean, I guess if nothing else, we can have him download himself into that.
Yep.
All right, Chang, is that something? I'm gonna. Have you been listening in?
Affirmative.
Is that something you can do?
While regrettable, it is something I can do.
Well, it's either that or lose you, and I don't want to lose you. So
I will also be less effective in said box.
yeah,
It's only temporary, Chang.
I hope that you are correct.
We're gonna get you a body, man.
That would be appreciated.
And not a little boy or a little girl.
Throttle it back, Satarbi.
oh my.
I'm just saying, if it's gonna be a
Oh,
companion,
and,
Chang's just gonna be hot as hell.
I had to give them a name, or us a name, for credibility purposes. So we're the Shapiv Outlaws.
Shapiv Outlaws?
Yeah, I
It's
kind of
me.
I kind of folded
It's
under
me.
pressure there, and I thought of the first thing, and it was obviously a ridiculous statement, and that's kind of what I gave him. So
I like it.
yeah, so the Shapiv gang, we're outlaws.
The Croatian Croats.
I guess we could have gone with the Croatian sensation.
Hindsight's 2020. Shapiv is awesome, man. We're good.
Right. So let's see if we can rent a vehicle in town, and we need some place to put our things. So I mean, I'm just kind of spitballing here, but I don't know if we want to go looking for Mad Dog with all of our stuff, or Madman, or whatever the hell his name is.
No, that's
No,
probably
you're
not a
right.
good
We
idea.
should probably offload our stuff and go light as we can.
Let's
But
rent
the
the
thing is, it's
vehicle.
an abandoned place. Anybody could be wandering in there taking our
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't think we want to leave our stuff at the place either.
Oh,
So we have some way to secure it.
is there? Well, we could. I guess we could check
Why
to
don't
see
we-
if it locks up. But
Why don't we
otherwise,
head
maybe,
down there and take a look?
Yeah.
maybe there's a storage facility nearby if we need one.
If there's still power, then we can have
Did he-
Chang just lock it up.
Did he have the money now, or do we have to wait for it?
No. Once they pick the vehicle up, we'll actually have the money.
Okay.
So we'll
At least there's
we'll have it in full.
So let's stay here the full hour, clear out the vehicle, get the cash, and get a ride back to town.
Yeah, and we still got the surplus to offload too, so we may obviously make out a little bit better than this than we had anticipated.
Yep.
So at any rate, you get everything off the ship, the last of your gear, the winter winter wear, your tools and weapons. What weapons you did have. You end up renting a mule for the day, which is going to cost you 5 credits.
Nice.
So you've got that in your name at this point. So you have 1,600 minus 5. Make sure you keep track.
1,500 9 to 5.
Yep. So somebody be our accountant and keep track of that.
I see Missy doing notes right now, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Missy's already there.
Missy the banker. So the planet, I should say, in the town itself, because you can connect to the local cortex. Remember, so it has local setups. It's similar to having OnStar or like Google Maps, in the little mule itself. So all you have to do is just type in, the channels or some sort of keyword, and it will give you a list of suggestions and recommended time it's going to take to get there. So finding it isn't much of a problem. However, let me pull this up real quick and so you guys have a visual. There we go. This takes forever. Here we are. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'll describe them here in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and post both the pictures in the Facebook chat, just so you guys know. What was that?
Oh, that was my ear freshener I just did.
Oh, okay.
Ghost cat.
Ghost cat.
Meow. It's better than the children laughing. So
Yeah, true. So the second picture, the first one I'm describing, that's what they're nicknaming the channels. What it is it's clearly, as you can tell, the remains of some bunkers that were in this area. Now they're beat up, obviously, as the picture shows. It's not all fully intact, but it looks like this is probably one of the locations where brief contact from the Unification War took place. Unclear as to which side was actually here. The buildings that you see in the picture there, most of them are completely dilapidated. They've got spray painting on them, either, and they've got some trash and whatnot around it. It's clearly not very well kept. The one building you do see that looks like it's somewhat intact is the one that has the tower attached to it. Now, again, it's also got spray painting. Windows here have been broken out, but for the most part, it's still somewhat intact. The tower itself is, I guess it could serve as a tower, but it's only like maybe 2 stories, as you can tell. It's not terribly tall. The building itself looks like it's was cobbled together from the remains of other buildings itself, so it just kind of mixed matched in together.
Frankenstein.
Yes, very much. But it was put together. Well enough and hardened enough that even though it's very weathered and it clearly took some damage from fighting and whatnot, that it is still relatively intact.
All right. I expected worse.
Yeah.
This is, pretty large and multifaceted for an abandoned building. So let's clear it out first and make sure that no one else is here. But this will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tracy's looking around. She's like, okay, yeah, I mean, maybe we can find some locks or something to put on it, manual locks or something
That sounds like a good idea.
to kind of keep it tied down. All right, well, so I'm not going to make you play through it, but you do some relative sweeps through the building. Nothing appears to be here, but it does look like it's one of these places that maybe people come here to lay low or play hooky or bump uglies, or kids being kids. So the inside is dirty. There's some rubble and broken up remains of furniture and, of course, spray paint and whatnot on the inside. But again, for the most part, it is serviceable, and it doesn't seem to have leaks of any kind.
Jerome, I'm sorry. How close is this picture to what we actually have? I'm sorry.
Hold on one second. Out.
Did he say and I missed it?
No, you said hold on 1 second.
No. About the about how close, about the picture.
I don't
Okay,
think so.
sorry, I'm back. That picture is the picture of the building is accurate.
Oh, so like there's satellites on here and all that kind of stuff?
The remains of them, yes.
Okay.
Does the building have running utilities like water and
It does not.
electricity?
And then the map of the town there. I'm seeing like several big buildings on here.
Oh, it's actually outside of town here. It's not on that map.
Oh, okay.
Is there a well nearby?
There is not.
Okay.
Did it once have running water and everything here?
It looks like it may have, yes. Because there are when you go through some of the rooms, you do see that there were some sinks.
Okay.
But it's hard to tell if it was like legitimate plumbing. It's funny that we're bringing this up now, and Vix and I mentioned this at the beginning of the game. It's hard to say if it was like legitimate plumbing or if they didn't have portable water stored away someplace and it just piped into the rest of the building.
So one of these towers on the outside might actually be like a water tower.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
It's worth checking out.
Do you guys want to settle this now, and then we'll go find our Madman later?
Let's just take a quick look at what stuff we're gonna need while we're in town to make this livable.
So I'm gonna go out and take a look at the water system and try and see where the source of the water is and what we need to get that running.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a mental and survival check.
Eight.
Okay. You do kind of walking around the perimeter again. It takes you 2 times to walk around, but you do narrow it down. One of the side conning towers that they have there is actually like a portable water. So you can tell by the calcification on the sides at certain points, where it may have leaked through a little bit. So it will probably take some repair work, to patch that back up. But it does appear to be usable. You also have to clear out the lines.
Okay. I'll let the rest of the group know.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna look around inside the house about the place, just about like cleaning it up as far as like living quarters and everything. Like, because if this is just, there's probably like mattresses drug in here, or at least bedding of some time. But like if it's just crappy, I just want to like sort it out and see what's usable and what's not and get it out of here.
Yeah, most of it I wouldn't trust to use. Now you could.
And I'm going to drag it all out of here.
Now you could probably use it to essentially board up the windows,
Yeah.
or block off any windows, so that way there's no like direct access. Somebody would have to tear it down or something to get back in, which would provide a little bit of protection for the things that you're going to store here.
I got my toolkit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could definitely
Is
do it.
there is there a way to see if this is still on the power grid?
You could definitely give it a shot. It would take let's see, you could do mental and knowledge.
Mental and knowledge.
I'm looking at the picture on the on the bottom right hand corner. It almost looks like there's solar panels on top of that.
Yeah, they're not solar panels.
Okay.
Although that is something that a place like this probably had for remote powering. So that would be something you could probably look into back in town.
Oh man, sorry, I'm dying here. I got a 10.
You got 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely wasn't on the grid.
Shoot.
And based on your knowledge of the layout here, this was probably part of some sort of military fortification from whatever fighting that took place out here. So it may have been like the HQ or something.
Okay.
So they wouldn't have been connected to any sort of local power source. It would have been all self-contained.
Generator or something.
Probably,
And that's
yeah.
good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be a problem for our black box? Or is it
Not
one
in
of
the
those things
immediate,
where
no.
Okay.
So we want to still keep it off the grid, right? But we do need power.
Yeah. We gotta
So
do
we're
something
looking for solar panels or something.
Solar panel or generator of some
Yeah.
kind.
If we can
Probably both.
we gotta
Maybe
get-
we could rent a generator from the same place we rented this mule from.
How long are we planning on staying here?
Tracy shrugs.
Yeah. Until we can't.
I
Or
mean,
until we
it's a question I think everybody's been hemming and hawing around. I know I'm using
What else?
term.
What else would we be doing then?
Running and
No,
going our separate ways?
honestly, I'm looking at long-term plans. I mean, it just if we're gonna be here for a while, I'd rather purchase than rent. That's all I'm looking at.
Maybe. I mean, I don't really know much about running from the law, but if we could get off this place quickly without being detected, then they wouldn't have a very easy time tracking us to the next place, right?
Yep.
Right.
Innocence.
Do you want to give that a roll, Eric?
Sure.
Because you would know.
I could use top secret, yep.
You sure can.
And then would it be mental?
Yes.
Okay.
And knowledge.
Mental, knowledge, and
Top secret.
top secret. Dude, I can barely see shit in here. 15 altogether.
15? All right. You would know that for the people that you're pretty sure that are after you, one hop like that it's not going to make much of a difference. You yourself know of tricks that you could track somebody down easily.
I figured as much. It's one of those things that we're
almost
screwed if we do, we screwed if we don't.
You're almost better at this point trying to hide in plain sight and blend than you are trying to constantly run, because you don't have constantly running in that sense. You don't have anywhere to fortify, and you're always on the defensive.
You'd have to start at square one every time. Gotcha. So maybe it's better that we're looking at the long game for now.
So we're gonna try and set ourselves up here.
I wouldn't say permanently, but it's one of those things where they are going to find us if we keep doing that. It's just going to catch up to us, and it's going to get harder for us to come up with new stories every jump.
Right.
Just lay low. Try not to attract too much attention.
Yeah, and if we're going to do this together, we got to get some real gear too. We can't use these pieced together weapons that we had and the outdated gear that we pulled off that planet. We got to get something serious here, and we're not going to get that if we're constantly jumping around. Not unless we steal it, and that's going to draw again more attention we don't need.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about, Tracy. And I take out my whisper and I like kind of rub it and clean it off a little bit.
Yeah, I'm talking about that right there.
That's a real nice piece.
We're talking about making more of those.
Oh,
Well, if we hang out here and
we got a junkyard and some old pieces. I could cobble together some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Be right back.
Okay.
I think
got-
what she's hinting at is that once we get set up, we can go and buy the good stuff from Mr.
I mean, there's that option too,
Masamune.
or a combination of the two.
I mean, you're a skilled mechanic, right? So then, I mean, if we're playing this the long game, why don't we, I don't know, try to find like a hull or something, and we just piece something new together. That way, it's off the grid completely.
I'm down.
That sounds great. We should also, talking about the generator, maybe find a refurbished generator, and maybe Hannah can tune that up so that we're not buying something super expensive to take all these creds.
I can take a look at that too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Okay, so
and
we gotta.
we can find local work that'll give us a chance to start earning legitimate pay. I guess. I mean, that seems like what some of you guys were angling towards.
Yeah, I mean, the whole initial point of going to the emergency room was trying to get a doctor job here, but
Right.
I mean, I've been in backwater planets as a vet just to make money.
I'm sure there's some sort of underworld life here that requires some doctoring. So maybe we can use a room here or get you a go kit where we can have you take care of patients and I can run security.
Dr.
Yeah.
House call. I'll run security.
We
too.
just we have to make a name for ourselves if we're going to do this together then, and I think that's probably a good shot. I mean, we find a hole that needs filling and we fix it, or we patch it.
That works.
Yeah.
Like you said, play to our strengths.
Yeah.
So I think our first thing we need to do is secure this place so we can leave our stuff here. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna
See about rigging some kind of a mechanism that would bar the doors or something.
Sure. Obviously, you don't have like any locks per se, but you can definitely rig something that is kind of is basically a hidden mechanism that may pin the door shut, and that you keep the mechanism itself kind of hidden, until you can actually get the legitimate locks and everything put in place.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Sure. Okay. Why don't you go ahead and give that a roll then?
Do I do fix again, or
Fix and mental.
I got a 4 and a 10.
14.
Nice.
10 on the 10. I don't explode that, do I?
No.
Okay. 14.
I mean, it could be. I don't remember offhand, but it's irrelevant. At
Okay.
this point, you did good. You done good.
Okay.
So she starts spitting in her hands and just finding random things, around the building itself, and a little bit of wire here, some tape there, some
Bubblegum.
pieces of wood here, bubble gum to bind everything together, and next thing, yeah, she's got a bomb. Next thing you know, she's developed the MacGyver lock.
Her grandfather was MacGyver.
Yeah.
Very useful trait.
But yeah, you managed to put something together a la Swiss Family Robinson-ish. And it's sufficiently hidden. It's not, plainly obvious. I mean, anybody can use it to get past the door, but you did a decent enough job, at least as far as you can tell, that it's not in plain sight.
All right. It's something.
Maybe we need to talk to Reinhardt about how to make this place actually ours as well. Like, because if the locals are using it, somebody may have a problem with us just up and taking it, so.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that's something Chang could tell us about, local squatters' rights or something, or maybe like where who owns this place.
Yeah, true. We've got to get Chang hooked back up to a system, though. Right now, he's just in a black box.
Oh no, that's true.
But
I was thinking he wouldn't need to be hooked up to the larger cortex, just the local one. But yeah, I guess he's just in a box. So
right.
I mean, can I hook up we had the watch that Brittany was using. We've got my Cortex earpiece. Is there any way we could connect that to the box to talk to him?
There's not enough space.
All right.
For his resident programming.
All right.
So with that, we will go ahead and pause the game as you guys are setting up to take over the world from this old military facility. So we will go over outside of game, maybe like in the chat or something. I sent the rules on how to advance your character and level advancements and whatnot. So we'll go over those, and we'll figure out like what you want to advance, and what exactly it's going to take. We'll go over those later on. But for now, I think we can go ahead and call it. We got a good solid 2 hours in of gaming, so I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
I know it's getting kind of late, and we were, some of us played last night too, so it may have been a long day. But yeah, so thank you all for tuning in and watching, or anybody who ends up watching this on the
interwebs.
The interwebs on the video on demand. And with that, we'll go ahead and sign out, and you guys all have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Jazz hands.
nobody died tonight.
Yay!
So, Brittany, every time we talk to Chang, do you think